The other day, I was invited by my fellow Sonic-loving homie Isabel to participate in a huge Sonic R tournament with a bunch of other content creators. But here's the issue. I've never played Sonic R before. Since I consider myself to be a decent gamer that improves faster at games than most, I figured the best way to prepare for this tournament was to not prepare until less than 24 hours before the event. When I loaded up the game the first time, I realized I was gonna have a lot to learn. If you've never played Sonic R, imagine you're playing a racing game on ice, but there's also weather that actually puts ice on the track. It's super slippery and hard to control. Since it was my first time playing, I thought it would be best to 100% the game so I could try all the characters and learn as much of the tracks as I could. And of course, after I went through the trouble of unlocking everything, I had to make sure I saved it, right? Okay, cool. Wait, what? Did I not? Oh, I hit new. Wait. No. Well, there goes all my progress. Okay, time to just cheat and download a file. So now all that's left to do is figure out who I was going to be playing in the tournament. Supersonic and Metal Knuckles are by far the best character stat-wise. They're so good, they're banned from the tournament. I thought about playing one of the really bad characters as a meme, like Tails Doll or Amy, but I decided it would be way cooler to try to see if I could actually try my best to win. The lineup I decided on was Knuckles, Metal Sonic, and Eggman. All three of these characters were good for different reasons, but Knuckles was definitely the best all-around character. The rules for the tournament were laid out like this. There were 4 pools of 4 that were separated based on how close everyone lived to each other for the best connection. Each pool would do a free-for-all race where the person who finished in last would get eliminated until there was one remaining from that pool. From there, the winners of the pools would race each other in the same way, but with surprise rules that would be added in the finals. My pool had Breton Boy, Virus, and last-minute replacement Yoshi Sonic. Knuckles got picked, so I decided to go Metal Sonic because I think he's my second best character. And we booted up Resort Island. Since we were playing over Dolphin, there were a bunch of tech issues at the start.
Oh god. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's okay, it's okay.
Virus is in London, so he's a little far compared to the rest of us, and Breton's ping was just really rough. So the fact that we were even able to play was a miracle.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm still in the character select screen.
I feel like I'm finally feeling the effects of the Pfizer vaccine right now. No. I used to bathe in the lag of Call of Duty lobbies, so this was nothing new. I finished in first by a mile, and the first person that was eliminated was unfortunately Virus.
All right, have fun.
All right, have a good one, man.
Who's gonna win? Win it all, Emerldd.
Yes, let's go. The Virus blessing. The next time we booted up the game, it still felt super laggy, so I decided to make the character switch to Eggman since his handling is a lot better than other characters, and maybe in the lag, it would be easier to correct my direction, but I was wrong. It's so bad too because we have like the ice physics right now, but I still managed to finish in first. Breton was the next to go, and all that remained in the pool was me and Yoshi Sonic. Luckily, Yoshi Sonic and I live on East Coast, so the connection was way better. We wouldn't have to deal with any lag, but little did I know, I was going to be facing my biggest challenge yet. I don't want to go Radiant Emerldd.
Pinger alert. Yes, no, we're going here.
This was the closest race by far. There was barely any talking, and we were completely zoned in. There was multiple times where we exchanged the lead, and I was worried this would be the end of the road for me. After 3 long and stressful minutes, I managed to make it to the end by the skin of my teeth and secure the dub for my pool.
Reverse.
Oh, let's go. Felt like I was halfway there. I was feeling pretty confident, but I still had no idea what was yet to come. But if you want to know what's coming out next for my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. The gamers who all made it to the final round included me, Jet, Smith, and Ultrive. The finals would work the same as pools, but of course, it wouldn't be that simple. Izzy, as grand ruler of the tournament, decided she wanted to change up the rules. The first race would be done with all Supersonic, the most broken character in the game. At least we were all allowed to play as him because this character literally cheats. The first lap, things were really scary and close, but I managed to pull ahead in the second lap and keep the lead all the way through, winning the first race. And of course, the person who finished in last got eliminated, and this time, it was Ultrive. Izzy decided the next race was going to be with Metal Knuckles, another character I wasn't used to playing, but we were on Reactive Factory, a track I was super familiar with. I had a crazy shortcut up my sleeve if I needed it, but I ended up taking the lead and keeping it most of the time, so it wasn't necessary. I gained my heart out and won the next race, and Smith was sadly eliminated. The competition has finally whittled down to me and the well-renowned Jet. We have fought tooth and nail to be here, drenched in the blood of our competition, but only one can cross the finish line and truly be dubbed the victor. As Grandmaster of the tournament, Izzy would now decide the battlefield for this best of 3 finale. We were thrown a curveball, Balloon Hunt, and not only that, but we'd be playing as Amy, the worst character in the game. Balloon Hunt is exactly what you'd expect it would be. The first person to find 5 balloons is the winner, but some of the balloons are impossible to see because they pick colors that blend in with the background. It's actually kind of hard. We were both zoned in, scanning the area for anything that looked out of place. My mouth is open. I'm like squinting.
Oh my god!
I just accidentally found one. Let's go. No. It felt literally like competitive Where's Waldo, and it was a dice roll if we decided to pick the right spot. Thankfully, I am just very lucky.
We're 5 minutes in.
Let's go to a high vantage point and look up and around.
Is the render just
I really want to see.
What, you found him?
I think we just tied. I think we actually just straight up. Wait, did I find one?
No, one. No, you
found one.
3,
no
4,
way!
5.
It was over the side. The next track that we do balloon hunt on was Radiant Emerldd. The least practice stage comes back to haunt me again. Although I did try balloon hunt before this. All of the balloons were kind of in your face, so I knew if Jet was going to get a balloon, he'd... Wait, this is actually just a race? I thought we were doing balloon. I just realized.
No, this is a race.
I was like looking for balloons the whole time. But I kept my head in the game. Even though I was a little behind, I managed to catch up. But Jet held on to first for dear life, and I didn't win the race. 1-1. It's down to the wire. It becomes painfully obvious that Jet is a formidable opponent, and it all came down to this, the final race. Good luck.
I'm not saying good luck.
Damn. You too. No, I'm kidding. The race began, and karma took effect immediately. Let's go! It was my race to lose now. All 3 of my hours of preparation prepared me for this moment. I ran with every last bit of heart I had to make it to the finish line. Jet couldn't get his bearings, and I wasn't making any major mistakes. The finish line was in sight, and with a sigh of relief,
Okay, what if I said best of 5?
See, I could be an asshole and be like, no, I won, but it's for the content, so why not? The score is now 2-1 in my favor. Izzy let us pick our own characters and put us in Radical City. It's close at first, but after a couple of minutes...
I lose. No, my legacy!
It was a crazy tournament, but I managed to do it.
Emerldd, how do you feel?
I feel like I just won the Super Bowl. You know, it's pretty equivalent, I'd say. Jet and I did a quick thug finals where I got cooked in Sonic the Fighters, another game I've surprisingly never played before. But I managed to end the day on a high note. I won Izzy's Sonic R tournament, and I was dubbed the best Sonic R player to ever live.
I'm taking my disc, I'm snapping it in 2, and I'm sending it to Regal Ruins so it can look for balloons for the rest of its life. You may have won the Sonic R tournament, but have you ever won the affection of a woman?